haters don't think shit stink, pink gators. My Detroit players, Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right, if they head right, Biggie there, every night. Papa been smooth since days of under rules. Never lose, never choose to. Bruise, cruise, who? Do something to us. Talk, go through us.
And you are looking live at the SD4L Show. Today we have a special guest in head coach Mel Tucker. Coach, how you doing? Brian, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. I mean, we got the man here, the man with the drip, the man who has changed the trajectory of the program, and I'm excited. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How y'all doing tonight?
Couldn't be more excited.
We're excited to have you, Coach. Thank you for joining us. I know you got a busy schedule, and you might have a little something going on Friday that keeps you a little busy, and we appreciate you joining us. So, how are the boys looking? And I'm going to ask you the dumbest question in interview history. Are we ready for Friday?
We're prepared.
Okay.
We're prepared. Yeah, no, it's I like what I see out there. The guys have worked extremely hard. First and foremost, the coaches do a great job, and they love the players. Coach hard for those guys every day. Our support staff, all the analysts, the GAs, quality control, the trainers, strength conditioning, nutrition, operations. Everyone's on the same page, working really hard every day, and the kids are all bought in. And we just been stacking days. Just stacking days in preparation for this opportunity on Friday night.
Coach, you made a great comment the other day when you were getting interviewed. You talked about that you referenced the external expectations have changed, but not so much the internal expectations. What is the confidence level of the program? Is it as high? What's different from this offseason from the past offseason internally?
Yeah, so the internal expectations have always been very high, and I would say, like, if you go back to about a year ago, we knew that we had a good football team, and we knew that we had a chance to make a run and have a top program. Externally, though, there were really no expectations for us, and so we were picked to be one of maybe the 5 worst teams in the country, and so we had a chip on our shoulder, and we had a lot to prove, and we feel the same way now. We still have a chip on our shoulder. We have a lot to prove. That we're finished to pick maybe 4th. We're picked to finish 4th in the Big Ten East alone. And we have a lot of guys back. And so, it's all about what we do next. We have to. That's why we play the games. We had a really good out of season, winter conditioning program, spring ball, summer ball camp, and this year our expectations are extremely high. I think the difference being is that people ask me all the time. Where they make the comment, you're not going to be able to sneak up on anyone, this year. And so, of course we can, and we don't want to. I don't think we snuck up on anyone last year. You get a lot of good coaches in this league, and everyone knows a lot about everyone. Everyone knows what type of players we have and what type of coaching staff we have, and so, we're going to put our best foot forward. Each and every day, and we have an opportunity to go in the woodshed on Friday night, and and get it done. Basically just get the job done. And so we've been preparing for this moment, and I love our players. I love our team. I think we had the makings of a good football team.
For sure. So, Coach, over the past year, as you said, internally nothing has changed. But in terms of recruiting and external perception of the program, the stock has skyrocketed in the last year. What have you noticed on the recruiting trail this cycle versus last cycle, maybe in terms of the reception you guys are getting, the responses you're getting, just the overall energy on the recruiting trail for you this year versus last year that you're feeling?
Yeah, well, now the recruits know that it's real. It's not just a hope. It's not just talk. Um, you know, everyone I think was intrigued a year ago because new staff, new energy, um, and we have a lot of good coaches on our staff. They have a lot of experience and have had success other places, and so we have name recognition as a staff, and obviously Michigan State is a football school and has a strong reputation nationally. But a year ago was more like, okay, well, just wait and see. We'll be watching, coach. We're going looking forward to seeing you guys play. Looking forward to seeing what you can do and things like that. And so now um, that they've seen that, and they saw, week in and week out, and it was on a consistent basis, and then we finished strong. Um, you know, the recruits want to take a closer look, and they want to come to campus. They want to meet all the coaches. They want to talk to our players. Everyone wants to know, like, how are you doing it? You know, what's it like in there? What's the culture? How do you flip it so fast? So people want to see when they get here. When they get here, they like what they see.
Right.
They see that it's not hype. It's not just. It's not. It's real. I mean, it's authentic. It's what you see is what you get. And we have a process, and it's nothing happens by accident.
Right.
We're very intentional about everything that we do, and so I think that's the kind of the buzz that you're hearing and you're feeling in recruiting is that there are really good players all across the country who see Michigan State as a legitimate top program.
Right. Coach, last year you guys went, and one of your first building blocks of momentum was beating Miami in Miami. This year you guys are going out in Seattle, trying to win against the Washington Huskies. What can you tell us about your philosophy of scheduling those marquee games where maybe other programs in close proximity don't have a schedule as challenging? What do you say about the way you approach the out of conference schedule and why you schedule games in a tough manner?
Yeah, well, obviously, our players want to play, top schedule. I mean, they want to play big time football. But quite frankly, and with all due respect, right now we're laser focused on one game.
Right.
We have one game on our schedule. That's our focus, and it seems cliche, but this is my 26th year in the coaching position, and I know better than to have a focus that's on anything other than the next game. So that's how we feel as a staff. That's the way it is with our players. And again, we have another day of practice, and then the hay's never in the barn, and we're preparing all the way up until to the moment that we run out of that tunnel, and then we're gonna be working hard, for 60 minutes, 4 quarters in the game, 6 seconds of play.
Coach, this is not going to be your traditional interview. We're a tool, and we're family, and we just want to ask you questions that we're not trying to stump or trick, and we're family to you, but just curious, right? When you think outside the box, I mean, you guys have embraced social media, the program has, and really has engaged MSU Twitter, right? What are your thoughts on MSU Twitter? And, can an active Twitter base really help recruiting, or is that a little overblown?
No, it helps recruiting, big time. We recruit all over the country. I mean, we've got players on our team from California, Nevada, Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, we're on the East Coast, New Jersey, DC. I mean, we've got guys from all over. And so, how do you connect with those? How do you connect with those players and those parents? It's social media, and they get a chance to see what your brand is on social media. And everyone wants to be able to build their brand. And if you can show that if you can demonstrate that you can build your brand on social media for your own program and for your own players, then the recruits actually can say, okay, well, if they can do it if they can do it for their players, they can do it for me. And so that's a big part of it. And and social media is not. I mean, it's mainstream now. It's mainstream, like Twitter and Twitter and Instagram, and I mean, it's funny. I mean, people talk about getting their news on social media, but let's be honest, we all get our news on social media.
We do. I mean, we really do. And really,
and the content. I mean, like you have to feed the beast. I mean, everyone they're death scrolling and seeing what's new, what's next. Like like they haven't put anything out in 15 minutes. What's going on? I mean, so you got to keep it rolling. And but that's a part of it. And we embrace that. I mean, it's the new normal. And I think social media can be an advantage. And is an advantage for us, and it's going to continue to be that way. We're only going to get stronger in the social media space.
Coach, you're a big golfer. So at first, I was going to ask you just a question of 4 guests you'd like to have dinner with, just historic. Yeah, golfer.
You see, I'm a big golfer.
Yeah, you're all on the social media with the cigar and the Jordan cleats.
He's not really good, but all right, go ahead.
Well. All right, Brian. You can't insult the guest.
I'm not good.
You can't insult the guest.
Good. What do you mean good? Good relative to how much I practice? I'm a ball. Relative to how much I practice.
Hey, relative to me, you're great.
It's just about what shoes you're wearing on the golf course, Coach. That's all that matters. So. What is your ideal historical golf foursome? So basically this question is a spin-off of who's 4 people you like to have dinner with in all of history. Who's your historical golf foursome if you had to choose, dead or alive?
Ooh, I'll take Barack Obama, Muhammad Ali.
Oh yeah.
And I'll take Al Pacino.
Okay.
Al Pacino.
Okay. I like that one.
Tiger didn't make the top 4, huh? Huh?
Excuse me?
Tiger didn't make the top 4?
Yeah, Tiger Woods. Yeah, he can. If you want to put him in there, we'll swap him out. Maybe we can get him in at the turn. We'll swap him out.
Yeah. All right. One similar question like that, Coach. What are you listening to when you're on the treadmill, when you're getting work done? What are your top 5 artists? What's always running through your headphones?
Oh, top 5 artists? Oh,
yeah.
man.
Coach, you're looking buff these days. I'm not gonna lie. You look a little bigger. You look like you've been working out. You look a little, Talk to us.
I got a medium T-shirt on, man.
That's Brian's trick too.
That's my trick.
Yeah. No, you know what? I got a little Quavo and Takeoff. Here I've been listening to the hotel lobby. I got a little Frozen by Lil Baby.
Yes.
All right.
I've been listening. I got 25,000 for a jacket, Gunna. I've been listening to that a little bit. I got a little. I still with the Yo Gotti, Code Gangster.
Okay.
That's still it's still hitting
right
in there. It's still going, and I don't know. It's I mean, it goes on and on. I mean, I'm always going to dip back into Pac or Biggie. I was just listening to Notorious Thug with the Notorious B.I.G. and the Thug Sluggish Bone from my hometown, Cleveland, Ohio, man. So I was just listening to that from the radio show, man. So yeah, I mean, I had some Jimi Hendrix on the other day.
So you're versatile.
Whatever I can get my hands on, man. I mean, if it sounds good to me, then I'm gonna play it. But there's certain things like pregame, that I like to listen to. That's right.
Yeah, he got Lil Baby and he got Gunna name dropped in this interview. This is an A+ interview. This is the peak.
Absolutely, Coach. You brought a certain swag to this program, right? And a lot of us believe that defining moment was after that Miami game when you talked about dragging opponents into the deep waters, into the deep end with the pain, the pressure, the struggle, the strain, the weight room. And that's kind of like that. In a lot of our eyes, we believe rebranded the program. From that hatched the deep end, the deep waters. And what was that intentional, or was that something that you? This is the mantra of the program.
Well, it was organic. Our mindset here is relentless. It's high velocity. It's nonstop, and we believe in hard work and grinding, and playing Michigan State football. But that was and we talked that whole week about we knew we were in great condition. We had a plan for the heat, and that we studied in the outer season, and we implemented that plan, during fall camp. And so we knew that we would be able to play a fourth quarter game, and be strong in the fourth quarter. And we wanted to be a fourth quarter game. We wanted it to be that, and so that was part of our plan, and we talked about it, during the week, and we showed our players the video of alligator dragging a gazelle off the bank, and snatch them into the deep water, taking them out into the middle, and just disappearing. That this is how it's got to be. It's got to be that in the fourth quarter. We have to get stronger and stronger as the game goes. We can't. We're not going to cramp. We're not going to. We have a plan. We're best conditioned, and Trevor Mawad, passed away. A good friend of mine, he passed away that week of the game, and he's it's part of our program, and that was a tough week for us. So we, so it was, nothing's ever going to be given to us. And I mean, anything you want in life, you're going to have to fight for it. You're going to have to. We always ask our players, what do you want and what are you willing to do to get it? And there's going to be pain. There's going to be disappointment along the way. And you come off a 205 season, and then you're fighting, scratching, and clawing to put together a football team, and bring guys together, and build a culture, and just expectations not being real high, but we have a really tight knit football team, and our program is built on toughness, and it's built on hard work and grinding, and pain tolerance, mental and physical, things like that. And we believe football is meant to be played a certain way. It's old school. It's the name of the game is hit, and body blows and wear people down, and be able to win games, be able to win close games, be able to win games in the fourth quarter, be able to when it gets tight, and people are and it's down to the wire, not flinching, just standing in there, and just plowing forward, and believing in the process, and playing the next play in a relentless manner. So our players believe in that. That's what we talk about. We practice that way, and so that it was very organic. And we talk about, that's how we talk about playing football, and then we practice that way. So if someone after that game, they asked me about that game, and I'm just being truthful and honest about how we feel about the game, and how we felt like it went down, and where we what our plan was, and it's just as simple as that.
Yeah, Coach, you're a process-driven individual. The program operates in a process-driven manner. Can you take us behind the scenes on what a typical Mel Tucker day looks like in the off-season, what your daily routine kind of is? I know a lot of successful people, they sort of have a routine they stick to. They have a way of doing things. What is your day like, morning to night?
In the out of season?
Yeah.
Yeah. No day is the same. No day
Okay,
is the same because it's I would like to say that I have a routine, but in my
that's true.
profession, that's not possible. That's not possible um, because in the out of season, most of what I do is not coaching.
Right.
Per se, like on the field, coaching X's and O's. Um, there's a lot of fundraising. There's a lot of community service. There's professional development. You know, there's a lot of we do a lot of charity work and things like that, and we have to do things to connect with our community. And then recruiting is it's every single day, and so it takes a lot of different shapes, and so one day I may be in the office all day and doing what people think that a typical football coach would do. And then the very next day, or maybe the next few days, I'll be out of town and I'll be from city to city, talking to alumni groups and flying the flag in Michigan State, and maybe recruiting and things like that. Or I could be doing a charity golf event or something like that, or speaking to a group, or maybe shadowing one of our our major supporters. Trying to learn from the best, CEOs, guys like, Matt Ishbia and Steve St. Andre and Greg Williams, and trying to learn how to become a better leader. And so it's there's really no set routine, but the bottom line is you got to get better every single day. Every day I have to ask myself, what am I doing to move the needle for Michigan State football?
You definitely named three great leaders and great supporters of this program. And one thing that Justin and I marvel at is your riddles with the local media. Western Michigan's a rules game, and it takes what it takes in aggregation or marginal gains. And you got all these quotes and slogans, and they'll ask you a question, and everybody's looking at each other like they don't know what the hell's going on.
Are you going to ask him about the two deep and the full list of injuries, Brian? Because you're not going to get it.
We're not going to get an injury report. We're not going to get a two deep report. We're not going to get a kicker report. And that's what we don't want. But it's amazing when we watch from afar the way you handle the local media and the way that you got everybody talking to each other about what the hell's he talking about. And it's an art. It's an absolute art. Did you learn that from Nick Saban, Kirby, or is that just you?
I think that's just me. I try to answer the questions the best way that I can.
What do you mean the best way that you can? Come on, Coach. Come on.
I mean, if someone asks me a question, I'm going to answer the question. And if someone says to me, they ask me about, what are your goals, like in spring football? I'll tell them, you get better every day. Every guy get better. Aggregation of marginal gains, like micro gains. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah, he's not lying.
He's not lying.
He's not wrong.
No.
This is like this is actually what we're telling the players.
Right.
Yes.
This is what we're telling the players. We're telling the players, neutral thinking. We're teaching that. In here. I'm telling the media, like the same thing I'm telling the players.
Right.
So
I love it.
So I think we can see that the players aren't saying what's he talking about.
You're right.
Yeah. I can even attest.
They're around us every day, and then we actually have more time to explain in great detail, what it is to what it means to have a mindset to get better every day, and how do you go about it, and what does it mean, and what is neutral thinking, how do you apply it, things like that. What is a relentless mindset, things like that. Like how do you get that done? So because there's, like you said, there's a process to everything. So one of the local media guys last year, he made a statement saying that I was the most boring. I was like the I think he said boring or something. Something was like, he couldn't get anything out of it. I said, listen, look, I'm sorry, okay, but if I'm answering the question, I'm being upfront with you. If I'm not giving you one word answers. I said, like, if you want to go, like, if you want to, like a comic deal or something like that, you got to go cover somebody else. You want like a shock jock type deal, like, you want a one word, yes, no, and next, then you know where to go get that. And I told him, I said, hey, listen, if I'm not if I'm not giving you enough, then, like, I know there's a week between each game, so I know it's tough to have content, and so I said, just tell me you need more, I'll give you a little more if I can. Well,
and I can attest to Coach saying that's exactly what they're telling the players that they're with around all the time. But also, I asked the 2023 commit at tight end what his message is to Michigan State fans on the season, and his exact quote to me, word for word, was, "We got to be relentless. We got to keep chopping. We got to stack the days and make sure there's an aggregation of marginal gains." This is a recruit that has maybe, I don't know, spent 4 or 5 days around Coach in the program, so he's definitely telling the truth when he says that's what he's telling the players.
I'm walking around telling my clients that, Coach. You got us all bought in. But one last question, and we'll let you go. And do you want to weigh in on any biblical prophecies about your quarterback, and any opinion on Roe v. Wade before we let you go? Just curious.
Yeah, no, I don't have any thing to say about those things. We have a singular focus here, and that's Friday night against Western, and so no, absolutely not.
I love you, Coach. We love you to death, man. Coach, we'll be at the Woodshed Friday. We love you and we're gonna be there, and the Woodshed's gonna be rocking, and we can't be more excited, and we're so happy to have you. So
appreciate your time, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you, Coach Mel Tucker, joining the show tonight. Good night. Go Green. We'll see you Friday. We'll be chopping on Friday in the Woodshed. Take care. Yes, sir.
SD4L, baby.
Absolutely.